Well, the opportunity really is great right now, and the moment is now. And I would summarize the opportunity in three parts. The first is connectivity. The second is the industry, the innovation possibility. And the third is really the transformation of how services are delivered to citizens, how business is being done in the country, how government interacts with people. Now let me discuss each of these three and explain why there is a great opportunity for Moldova at this particular time of history. First, on connectivity, the fact that you now have access in Chisinau to broadband at a very low price and for very high speed relative to other countries. You can here, for about $15 per month, have 20 megabits per second and even 30 megabits per second. Now, very frankly, this is much better than what is available today in most of Western Europe and what's available today in America. And this represents a platform, a base that can be used for all sorts of opportunities, which leads me to the second, which is the industry and the innovation space. Globally now you have about $500 billion of market of IT services, of offshoring services, where companies basically look at buying IT services and services of all kinds over the internet from anywhere it can be produced in the world, where you can have a service of good quality at a good price. Now, the fact that you have this broadband infrastructure here in place means that the talent from Moldova can produce an accounting service, can produce an IT service, can produce development of computer applications, and all sorts of services related to information technology, and deliver them to their clients anywhere in the world over the internet using this broadband internet capacity that the country now has. Now, this is a great market. You're talking close to $500 billion per year of market that is to be tapped. The evidence of that is what's happening already today. You now have in Moldova more than 500 companies, some very small ones, 3 to 5 people, others much bigger, of up to 200 people, who work in this business already. And we've looked at the numbers, and this industry has been growing at a very fast rate. In fact, in the last 4 years, it's been doubling in size every year. So we're at a time in history where this information technology business is becoming a central part of the economy globally. It's a very large industry globally, and Moldova is connected and has the talent pool to participate in that industry. Therefore, we do see this as a real growth strategy for the country. It can be one element of its economic development strategy. Third, I would like to talk about the opportunity to do business differently in terms of how government services citizens, about how citizens access services. You now have in Moldova more than 70% of population with a phone subscription. Or to be a bit more technical, there is the number of subscriptions in the country is equal to 70% of the population, because one person may actually have more than one subscription. Now, but it means that a lot of people in the country have a subscription. That is in effect a distribution platform that the country never had. It's a way by which government can reach people, that people can reach each other and can offer business services to each other. Let's take an example of one service that could be delivered using this. Banking, payments, borrowing money. We've seen in a number of other countries the use of the mobile phone network to make payments and to make financial transactions. There are places now where people basically stop going to the bank because they simply can make their money transfers and can make payments using the mobile phones. That replaces cash even in many ways. Now, this is absolutely fantastic, and it can be done at a very low cost and can be done very quickly. We call that mobile money. And this opportunity is real, can be done in Moldova very quickly if we want. I mean, if the government wants it, if the people decide to do it. And you can apply this thinking for many other things. You could see how the health specialists, how the health staff, the health workers who are delivering services in the rural areas could have a small personal device where they would have some advice to them on diagnostics making and on healthcare principles, and can be supported by healthcare workers or doctors who may be hundreds of kilometers away to ask questions when one is confronted with a difficult diagnosis question, so they can get the support. It can be both written support, it can be verbal, there can be some sort of dictionaries or diagnostic tools that they can use, and that can really help to improve the delivery of health services. The same can be done to support the teachers so that they provide a better education to their students. And you can go on and think about possibilities in many fields of doing things differently. This is why we use the word transformation. Now, it's important to see that the world is moving in that direction. It's not a little side thing happening. It is actually a fundamental evolution of humanity. And we are convinced that now is the time for Moldova, as it's modernizing very quickly, to embrace that and put e-transformation at the center of its development strategy.